समस्त जन कल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम् वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्. Okay, today we are going to be doing verse 46 and almost tail end of the chapter. Now, Krishna has spoken for a long time, and now he is just in the last two verses, he is summing up. He is summing up, concluding, perorating the whole thing and making it concise. Now, then it says, I'll read the verse. तपस्विभ्योऽधिको योगी ज्ञानिभ्योऽपि मतोऽधिकः कर्मिभ्यश्चाधिको योगी तस्माद्योगी भवार्जुन. It says the yogi is thought to be superior to the ascetics and even superior to men of knowledge, mere studies. He is also superior to men of action. Therefore, you strive to be a yogi, O Arjuna. Now, see, yogi. When the Lord says that be a yogi, what does the word yogi? I've described many times. The word yoga, I've described very many times that it means to join, right? Yoga, yoke, English word yoke, yog, yogi. To join what with what? It is join Jiva Bhav to Ishwar Bhava. And those who constantly are doing that are called yogi. Now, here he says that the yogi is the most superior. And the Lord is saying that he is superior to men of action. He is superior to men of knowledge, jnani, and he is superior to ascetics. Ascetics means tapasvi. तो इन तीनों से भी ऊंचा योगी. So he says why. So now you have, now see, first let us take tapasvi. He says because he is taking tapasvi first. Tapasvi bhyo adhiko yogi, that he is higher than a tapasvi. So what does he mean by tapasvi over here? Dekho, tapas consists of conserving mental energy in a very intelligently controlled manner. Tapas is not foolishly doing, torturing the body, foolishly, standing on one leg, looking at the sun from morning to night, then you'll go blind. These kind of things are not tapas. A hatha yogi is not a tapasvi. Okay. Also, some people do very stupid, mindless, self-denial acts of self-denial. Then there are others who do nothing else but brainless, absolutely. Upvas after upvas till their health is ruined. Many people, and they think that they are doing some kind of tapas. That is not. As a penance, when you do an upvas, you are punishing your mind. That is a different thing. But just doing उपवास, because they say उपवास से आपको स्वर्ग मिलेगा, उपवास से भगवान मिलेंगे, ऐसा नहीं होता. So these are mindless self-denials and you should not do them. Also, mechanical rituals come under this kind of tapas people do. They think that the more rituals they do, the better heaven they will go to. It translates as going to heaven. No, it doesn't. Rituals are dramatizations of philosophical truths. If you understand the philosophical truth behind it, and then with devotion you are doing the ritual with full understanding, then you mentally and intellectually benefit. Your mind becomes purer. But if you are just doing rituals, the pandit is mumbling something and you are doing something, and you want to hurry up with it, and the mantras are also mumbled about, and then you, just because you have done it, you feel that it is nothing to be done. So these people, a yogi is much superior to these kind of tapasvis. Okay, then he says jnani. Then the next one is ज्ञानेभ्योपि मतोधिक, है ना. तो वो ज्ञानी से भी ऊपर. ज्ञानी, a teacher who just deals with jnana, only jnana, and does not uplift your mind, does not take you higher in your nobility, is only an academician. That person, and you know, jnanis are very unhappy, miserable people in their own lives, most of them, because they have not done that kind of yoga sadhana which is required to be done. They have just studied scriptures and done a lot of academic research into them. And so they can explain words beautifully, they can explain meanings beautifully, they can tell you 10 meanings of one word and all that. You know, so far, so good. But it will not, he says that those people can be sometimes extremely vulgar in their lives. They can be uh, unethical in their lives, right? And see, a professor of philosophy, professor of philosophy cannot lift himself. What about lifting you? He can never lift you, because उसका अपना तप कुछ नहीं है, उसकी अपनी साधना कुछ नहीं है. He is only just nothing else but a scholar. And like a tape recorder, he teaches you. But since he has himself not experienced anything higher, how can he lift you? So that is, but along with this, dekho, an illiterate Ramakrishna. Ramakrishna Paramhans was illiterate, isn't it? He has uplifted millions, millions. Okay? What about Jesus? Jesus was a carpenter's son. He has uplifted millions around the world. That is the master. That is the master, not an erudite scholar. An erudite scholar is not. So think, because they have become him. They have achieved the yoga. They are yogis. So when they achieve yoga, they speak from a very high mind and intellect. The Lord Himself is functioning through their mind and intellect to uplift you. And that is why the Guru is worshipped. गुरु की पादुका आप पूजते हैं ना, एंड गुरु के चरण आप पूजते हैं, वो किस लिए? Not his physical form. You are not worshipping his physical form. You are worshipping the Lord that is expressing through his physical form. That is what Guru worship is all about. You know, people have these great egos. Why should I bow to this one? Why should I bow to that one? He's just a human being like me. He is not a human being like you. You are sadly mistaken. He is, never make that mistake. He is a physical form like yours, yes, but the absolute reality is functioning through him to benefit you and to uplift you. That is why that container is worshipful. So you are worshipping the container. If you are only worshipping the physical form, you are making a mistake. If your mind is centered on the supreme while worshipping that form, then it is a thing. So jnani is not that. Then thirdly, he says man of action. ये देखो, कर्मेभ्यश्चाधिको योगी. That karma, he is also higher. Yogi is higher than people who indulge in karma. Now, karma, like you and I, most of the grihasthas are into karma, isn't it? Of course, all men of the world are into action and men of action. Now, that is very great because they are helping others. They help to wipe the tears of society. They help to benefit poor people. And that's great. That's absolutely great. But where does all that take you? Many people build up their egos big and great. I have done social work. I have done so much of social work. The government has still not rewarded me. The government has not recognized me. Imagine. And if the government happens to give you a small reward for the social work that you have done, your ego is bloated up. So, what has it served? What has that work served? It is only helped you to puff up your ego, which is taking you in the opposite direction of spirituality. Of course, in doing that kind of social work, they exhaust their sadhanas. It is not nothing, believe me. It is very useful. How is it useful? Because it exhausts your past vasanas of helping society, and that is a punya, and therefore it purifies your mind and intellect. आपका अंतःकरण शुद्ध होता है, ये तो बात श्योर है. When you give दान, हाँ, आप दान देते हैं, आप किसी गरीब की मदद करते हैं, आप किसी का दुख निवारण करते हैं, you know, you are able to remove the sorrow from somebody's mind. You are able to give direction to somebody's thinking. All this is nothing else but social work, right? And comforting somebody, helping somebody who's sick, all this is social work. But that only is a means to take you higher in your spirituality because it purifies your mind and intellect. But it is not yoga. It will not take you to him. It will not. ठीक है ना? So then, अच्छा, now so then we come to the fact that then अगर वो योगी कहते हैं तो what is then true tapas? Tapasya, as I told you, is not mindless torturing the body or foolishly torturing the body. That is not tapas. Don't mistake it ever. Even if somebody advises you, put him in his place. The body is not meant to be tortured. Then what is true tapas? So true tapas is to discriminate very clearly between the real and the unreal, and refuse to, just outright refuse to waste your mental and spiritual energies into the world of emotions, objects, and thoughts. People these days don't even think how much of mental and emotional energy they are spending on running after objects in the world. From mall to mall they go, from country to country they go for shopping. Hmm? And they go from place to place to shop. And what are you doing with all those things? Has it added any way to you? Or it just bloats up your ego when you use those things you have shopped? A big diamond or a whatever you have shopped for, a huge car or something or the other. See, everybody's toy is different. And when you use it, you are buying it only to boost your ego. Can't you discriminate? Cannot you understand that you are bigger than the diamond ring? You are bigger than that huge new car. No. So, acha, then some people, objects they run after. Then you spend energy on emotions. Huh? Very attached to my grandchildren. Very, very attached to my grandchildren. Oh my God. I have brought them up. So, all nannies become nannies slowly, slowly. And then what happens is, as those children grow up, The nanny expects that those children will sit with them, those children will spend time with her. But what happens? Hi, nanny, bye, nanny. And then nanny says, these people don't even have time for me. You have invested in the wrong place. Look after them, love them, all that. But don't expect love in return. Don't expect their time in return, because that is commerce, that is business. It is not giving. So you never gave love. If you just give to expect it back, then kya hai? It's a transaction, isn't it? मैंने दिया अब आप मुझे दो. So you are doing business with a business mindset. You are giving love. What is that emotion? Secondly, the object of your emotions will change. The his or her mindset will change. Your own mindset will change. All emotions change. Hey, ya nahi? You know it. You know that this happened. And then you say, I did so much for this person. And then this look at the way this person is behaving. You know, as a young kid, I had to travel by train to my school and then back. And as a young girl, 13, 14, 15-year-old girl, my mind was very mischievous. And I had learnt this thing of fooling other people by palmistry, reading their hands. Little bit I had read here and there, Kiro's palmistry, this, that, and the other. So I knew a little, but nothing much. So what I used to do, believe me, I used to catch hold of the hand of anybody in the compartment. I traveled third class, no money in the student days. So वो उसमें कई लोग बैठे होते थे, इसका हाथ दे, लाइए लाइए आपका हाथ देखो, आपका हाथ दे. And I had this thing, this great dialogue of mine to everybody, that आपके हाथ में एक line है, that you have done a lot for people, but those people have not returned that love to you. And believe me, each one used to say, yeah, yeah, that is true, that is true. Everyone used to say the same thing. Imagine. So then, what does it mean? It means that it is everybody's experience. Think about it. It is everyone's experience that your affections, your love has not been returned to the degree that you have given, isn't it? So, emotions. So, why are you spending your mental energies on that emotion? Show them love, show them affection, take care of the grandchildren, but don't invest and expect your emotions back. Okay, so they will all change. Conserving mental energy is mandatory for a meditator. This is a very important sentence I'm giving you. Remember it forever, that conserving mental energies is mandatory for a meditator. He must withdraw, silently withdraw from all those things, that false identifications with people, objects, emotions, things. You do not become a stone by doing that. No, you don't. In fact, when love is unconditional, then you can show much more love, because you are not expecting anything back. हमको तो देना ही देना है. So when you are just giving and giving and giving, that is a joy in itself. That is a huge joy just in giving. So when you falsely identify with, she is mine, he is mine, the child is mine, the grandchild is mine, the son is mine, this is false identification. Why? Because neither is your body real, just made of those five elements, going back to the five elements. So to whom does the son belong? To whom does the daughter belong? And those son and daughter are also made of the same five elements that you are made. So mud saying that this other mud belongs to me. सोचो जरा, सोचो जरा. It is, you have to put in a lot of effort and a lot of struggle to understand this false identification, the ownership that you feel of objects, the ownership you feel of people. You are mine, I am yours, forever and forever. And very soon that ever changes to never, है ना? Hmm. So this is the practice in yoga. And he says, "O Arjuna, be a yogi. Be a yogi." He says, देखो, एक tasmad yogi bhava Arjuna. So therefore, tasmad means therefore. So because of this equation that he is giving out to you, like you do in algebra or geometry, that this equal to this, that equal to that, that, and therefore the last line is always therefore this is equal to this or whatever. ऐसे ही होता है ना. So what is he saying? Tasmat means therefore become a yogi, O Arjuna. And I am not saying this, my dear. This is the Lord himself telling you. This is the Lord himself telling you. And you know what is it? The Lord is teaching you that when you invest, in any of these things, emotions, objects, and thoughts, they are all changeable identities. And you yourself are a changeable identity. You are there for a very short while, they are there for a very short while. Who is connecting with whom? And who belongs to whom? Mud belongs to mud. What a joke. Hmm? Anyway, so he is saying this. Now, इसमें ये करने में, when I say that withdraw the mind silently, slowly, to focus on the one, it is extremely difficult to do. I'll give you the logic of why it is difficult to do. Because you fritter away your mind into so many different directions. You fritter away your mind. The news channels are attacking you, screaming what they want to shove into your head. And you are watching them for hours together. The news around the world. How many people were killed here? How many were killed there? Who killed whom? And who is snatching power? And who was corrupt? And who. You know, why are you stuffing all that into your mind? Can you help them? Can you do something about them? Nothing. But that entire garbage is spilling into your drawing room, and all of you are sitting and watching. The whole family, including the servants, in many houses, including the grandchildren in many houses, are sitting and watching the same idiotic stuff. This kind of thing you have to withdraw your mind from slowly, slowly. And in that, the ishta is the most helpful thing in withdrawing your mind. How does the ishta? I mean, there's a lot of importance of the ishta, and it is there in every religion. Every religion, like in Buddhism, they will keep Buddha's statue. Hinduism has many gods and goddesses. They have stones, they have symbols, they have bushes, they have trees to worship, they have rivers to worship, a lot of things. They worship the whole world. Okay. Christians worship Christ, they worship the cross, sacred to them. Muslims worship Mecca or Kaaba, and they turn to the west also in the direction and imagine the Ishta and worship that, isn't it? So that helps in focusing the mind. The importance of the Ishta is in focusing the mind to a single pointed thought and then slowly taking the mind to higher planes. That is the importance. And that is why you must have an ishta in the early stages. Later on, the meditator does not even need an ishta. His mind is so conditioned, the moment he closes his mind and does Om and one mantra, his mind is immediately focused to the Lord. but that is a mature meditator. But people like us need an ishta. Okay, come to verse 47. योगिनामपि सर्वेषां मद्गतेनान्तरात्मना श्रद्धावान् भजते यो मां समे युक्ततमो मतः. Hmm. Okay, the translation goes, and among all yogis, he who, full of faith, with his inner self merged in me, worships me, he is according to me the most devout. Abhi isme dekho. The first thing that anybody who is just reading the Gita says, that Krishna was very egoistic. Look how presumptive he is, that people should only worship me. He who worships me is the highest yogi, he says. And according to me, he is the most devout. Hmm? And his inner self merged into me. So, everything, if you worship Krishna, you are the most devout. Very nice. Hmm? If you merge your inner self into him, you are most devout. Hmm? Now, and Krishna himself is saying this. I have told you many times that the Krishna who has descended over here to be a teacher to Arjun is not the blue boy of Vrindavan. He is not that shepherd who used to take cows to graze. He is not. In form, yes, but in spirit, he is the Lord himself who descended to take a form to teach Arjuna. So when he says this, it is the Lord himself speaking. The Lord. That goes for all religions. Every single religion. It is not Krishna, the Hindu god, speaking over here. So understand that. Okay. Now there are many meditators and many kinds of meditation. If you go to the West, huh, if you go to America and see, you will find it very, very funny. All kinds of meditations are being taught by all kinds of teachers. There are 2-day workshops, 3-day workshops, intensive course in meditation, fast track course in 1-day meditation. Some people do it over just 1-day workshop in meditation and they think that they have taught it. There is guided meditation, there is astha meditation, there is this meditation, that meditation, all kinds of meditation. So then this verse is asking that since there are many kinds of meditators, who is the best among them? So what kind of meditation should I practice? So if you are intelligent, dekho, if you are intelligent enough, then you will follow Krishna's advice, because when he says me, he is talking only of the Lord. And the meditation is not about just relaxing your mind. The meditation is not about removing your stress or removing your tension or removing your worries from your mind. That is a byproduct of meditation. All this happens, yes, it does, but it is a byproduct of meditation. It is not the goal. So then, what is the goal? He says that person, he is already giving it to you. He says that person, bhajatimam. He says bhajatimam. देखो ये जो वर्ड भज है, भजन, भजन वर्ड यू नो है ना, भजना, मैं इसको भगवान को भजता हूँ, is mostly misunderstood by people. They think that bhajan is just about emotional singing to the Lord, and slowly with instruments and music and dancing and singing loudly, you sing yourself to a hysteric calm. That is not bhajan. The etymological root of the word bhaja in all Vedantic literature is seva. Surprised? Yes. Bhaj means seva. Bhajan karna means seva karna. किसकी सेवा? Seva of humanity, but invoking the Lord in them, not as human beings. If you are serving them as human beings, there is one human being serving another human being. बस खत्म वहीं तक. And you fatten your ego. मैंने इसको हेल्प करा, मैंने लोगों को अनाज बांटा, मैंने लोगों को दवाइयाँ बांटी, मैंने इतने लोगों का आई ऑपरेशन कराया, मैंने इतने लोगों का कैंसर ऑपरेशन के लिए पैसे दिए. This is not bhajan. Bhajan becomes when, see, bhajit mam, it only means that when you see the divine in each one, you invoke the divine in each one, as he says also, dekho, and among all yogis, he who full of faith with his inner self merged in me, worships me, he, according to me, is the most devout. That means when he invokes the divine in all and serves the society, thinking that he is serving the Lord in each one. See, we believe that the Lord is there functioning through each living being, whether it is an animal or a plant or a human being. When you serve these, thinking that you are serving the Lord in him, कि ये ईश्वर की मूर्ति हैं, जीती जागती प्रतिमा ईश्वर की हैं, उनको मैं सर्व कर रही हूँ, then what? Then you are serving him, you are attuned to him, you are yuktam. The word yuktam over here, that you are attuned to him totally. Okay. Now see, you know, like the kind of teacher I am, I try to start teaching anywhere and everywhere. Now then what, I'm just giving you an example that, you know, even these people who do pedicures and all, you know, now somebody is doing a pedicure for you, या कोई आपके पाँव दबा रहा है, उसको आपने शिक्षा दी. क्या शिक्षा दी? कि तुम मेरे पैर नहीं दबा रही हो, तुम ईश्वर, तुम ये सोच के करो, अपने मंत्र में अपना जप करते रहो, चाहे राम राम कहो, कृष्ण कहो, अल्लाह कहो, ईश्वर कहो, कुछ भी कहो, लेकिन वो मन में बोलते जाओ और आप मेरे पैर दबाते जाओ. तो ईश्वर मेरे में भी है. यू आर सर्विंग द लॉर्ड, and all the time that you are doing that, that becomes your puja. You are totally attuned to him, you are serving him, not me. So see from where the action is sublimated. From an ordinary human being like me, the action is sublimated to him. So he is devout to the Lord, devoted to the Lord at that time of serving. You are serving a sick person. Supposing you are a nurse or you are nursing a sick person. All the time, if you think that the Lord is in this person is not my uncle or my father-in-law or my brother or my mother-in-law or whosoever you are serving, just think that you are serving the Lord, looking after the Lord, you know, giving him medicines, combing his hair, changing his bed sheet and all. When you think you are serving the Lord in him, that is, you are totally attuned to him. Then you are a yogi. योगी युंजात सततम, है ना. तो आप उनसे जुड़े हुए, you have connected yourself to him mentally, and the person you are serving is the मूर्ति of the Lord. ठीक है ना. So serve all this. This is not easy to do. It is only possible for him. Now this is an important point. देखो ये easy नहीं होता है करना. आप जब किसी के लिए कुछ कर रहे होते हैं ना, किसी की सेवा, तो आपको लगता है देखा मैंने इसके लिए किया. Straight away this thought comes to you that मैंने इसके लिए किया. हाँ, अपने किसी फैमिली मेंबर के भी पीठ में आप बाम मल रहे हैं तो कह रहे हैं देखो मैंने इसके बाम लगा लगा के इसको ठीक करा। नहीं नहीं नहीं। If you do it with the thought that I am so tired, even I want to sleep, but I'm still rubbing balm on his back so that his backache gets okay because the Lord is in him, I'm serving that Lord. Not only will your job become joyous, but you have united with him. You have become a yogi. At that time, you have become a yogi. So, how to do this? How can you do this? How can this kind of thought come into your mind? When you absolutely do not allow your mind to be frittered away. This is important, ना? याद रखना इस बात को. Don't fritter away your mental energies. Hmm? It is powerful energy. It is very, very powerful energy. And in Vedanta texts, bhajan is the attempt of the ego to pour itself out in devoted dedication to the principle of reality. That is the meaning of the word bhajan. Hmm? And this is in Vedantic texts that you sublimate your ego. I am also the Lord's energy and I am serving the Lord in Him. I am not serving, it is the Lord united with the Lord. Huh? So, this kind of a principle of reality, when you join with, then that is the highest yoga. It is beyond the noisy shores of the mind and intellect. The mind and intellect is a rabble rousing, noisy place. Up, when you are serving the Lord, mind shant hai. It transcends identifications and it transcends all of them. The false cannot identify with the false. How can it? You are yourself false. With whom are you identifying? See, the dream girl, fascinated by her dream boy, looking forward for the dream joy. What is real in this? Tell me. Is the dream girl real? When she is not real and she is projecting a dream boy, she is projecting a dream personality and she is also projecting dream joy. तो ये क्या आइडेंटिफिकेशन है भाई? This is all false. The dream itself is false. It has got no existence. Therefore, I call it the thing. And then the ending of the dream in sorrow. When the dream ends, then the boy is gone and the joy is gone and you are gone. So, bacha kya? So, then you just connect to the highest. It is not a passive realization or an intellectual realization, but it is a positive demonstration of divinity. It is when you are serving society with this in your mind that I am serving the Lord, it is a positive and very demonstrative uh, divinity. You are lifting others to Him. You are encouraging and inspiring others to a nobler life, to live a nobler life. Just think about it. कितना बड़ा काम है. And that is why he says that who propagates my teachings to the society for them to uplift, themselves is my biggest sevak. That is what the Lord has said in the Gita. And such a yogi is the most devout, he says. He is yuktam. And lastly, Krishna, the most modest of all people, not egoistic, the most modest of all, he ends it all by saying, not quoting the scriptures, not quoting, he says, this is my own opinion. Meaning, take it as you wish. You think that I am some great teacher, then take it. If you think I'm nobody, nothing, leave it. So he says, this is my opinion. Me mata, he says. And the mentally is the key word. Whenever Krishna talks of renouncing or detachment or discrimination, not attaching with the false, it is all mental, all mental. And here I end with a statement from Lao Tzu, because this is an exercise in meditation for becoming what you do not know. So he says, I'm reading now, when I let go of what I am, mentally let go, huh? When I let go of what I am, I become what I might be. Try. Here we end the 6th chapter with this great word, try. So, all the talks on this chapter, please visit and revisit so that you may be able to go higher in your search for the higher. Okay, now then, this is the Sankalpa Vakya at the end. It says, Om Tat Saditi Srimad Bhagavad Geeta Su Upanishastu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade Dhyana Yogo Nam Shashtodhyayah. So this is the Sankalpa Vakya, and Sankalpa Vakya we have explained many times when we have done the other chapters. And I'm reading from here. To a true seeker, indeed, a thorough study of the 6th chapter is ample direction and guidance to reach the highest through meditation. It is not a 1-day workshop or a 3-day workshop of guided meditation. No, no. That will only relax your mind. Here, look what he says, that a true seeker must again and again read this chapter and discuss this chapter. This is Gurudev's what I'm reading. And guidance to reach the highest through meditation. It is therefore but proper that this chapter is put under the title The Yoga of Meditation, because through meditation you achieve yoga. You become him. You become a yogi. That's the only way. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamadachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.